watching Fox.
Good morning. That's the Inclined Plane in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where they watch us on Fox 8, WWCP, and this is Fox After Breakfast.
You're welcome all to come over, and you're invited to stay. It might be just for a moment. Maybe we can brighten your day at our house.
I'm Nancy Giles. Hey, people. We're thrilled to have you with us all across America. You've got good taste. Look at that. Hi. I mean, it's another great show today. We're going to zip all over the place. Hang on. Tom and Lori are going to tell you all about it. Oh, those are beautiful flowers, and that's the view from our place at 212 Fifth Avenue. Grab a cup of coffee. I got mine, light with half and half. And come hang with Tom, Lori, and Bob the Puppet here at our house. Tom, what's the skinny?
Well, we've got, of course, Hump Day to get you through today, right, Nance?
Hump Day, Tom?
Well, that's what they call Wednesday. And here it is, August 28th, the day, the middle of the week. We're going to try to get you up and over the hump. The organizers of the convention, Democratic Convention, wanted to reassure the party faithful that liberals are still welcome among their ranks with last night's speeches by Mario Cuomo and Jesse Jackson. Personally, I thought it was a bit odd. They introduced them with the theme from Jurassic Park.
Okay,
but
Tom.
That's just my touch. Let's hear the bistro music. We have the Affiliate Cafe today here in our ballroom. We have some members of the New World television stations that are becoming... You're good wavers. You saw the opening shot, right? That's very good. You got that Fox After Breakfast happy wave down. Good to have you here as part of our show today. And we have the ostracized couple, for some inexplicable reason, sitting over here all by themselves. Did they do anything to you? Did that happen? Good to have you with us today. We've got a lot going on. We have some very special star guests. We're going all around the country. And given that we are live with handheld cameras both in the apartment and around the land, we have some logistical concerns that I'll go over with you in a moment. Bill Tush, though, from CNN Showbiz Today, is here doing his show as we do ours. Bill, Bob, how excuse me for interrupting. It's just, I want to officially...
This is my interview, Tom. It's my interview.
Oh, please.
Oh, so this is what I basically have to deal with. This is exactly what I was talking about. It's a constant encroaching on my space. I mean, I'm never going to be a star with that anchor tied around my neck.
If the originator of the Hibbard head cold is a little more friendly. Hi, Lori.
Man. I am getting more bad rap about that cold.
How many of us are now felled by... I've got it.
It's not like I was tongue-kissing everybody, you know. I can't believe
down
I
here, too, we're sick, Tom. We're sick down here, too.
Are you sick, too, Nancy?
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy, I don't even see you.
Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving, Lori. What can I tell you?
I'm so sorry. I just have to say, I watched the convention last night, and I have to say, I think Chelsea Clinton looks beautiful. She was this awkward sort of young teenager when they got in the White House, but last night she was a beautiful young woman, and she just exudes elegance.
Yeah, there was a picture of her several months ago. She was in some school production, a musical or a play of some kind, and that was the first look at, because she sort of disappeared from the public eye, and I can understand how difficult that would be for a kid to get that kind of public glare, and some of the things that were being said. A Saturday Night Live sketch was merciless, and she really has come through it nicely.
Good for her, and good for Mariette Hartley, who joins us today. Bob's getting around today, I'm telling you.
Mariette?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mariette!
Wow.
Just trying to get that cold, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to need that diamond for my tooth back, Mariette.
God, I hoped you hadn't noticed, but anyway.
I thought that was going to do it. I thought that was such a good line, Bob. I thought we were going to get the first Mariette Hartley snort of the day.
We got a whoop, but no snort.
Mariette Hartley has been with us twice before, once filling in for you on the cable version of our show when we were on FX Cable. And she has this wonderful snort that she does when she's really laughing heartily. So
I've not done it since then. No, I won't do it again.
Can we get the
It's so
snortometer?
embarrassing. What you have, you probably have it on tape already, right?
No, we're going to run the Mariette snortometer, however, during the...
So we're at 0 now.
Okay, all right.
See what happens.
Challenge.
It embarrasses my family.
The show is just replete with challenges.
Yes. Lori Petty's going to be joining us later, too, from Fox's new show, Lush Life. We're happy to have her here.
You know her from Tank Girl, League of Their Own, Free Willy, all those movies.
Point Break.
Great.
Lots of movies.
Cool. All right.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. We go, as I mentioned, around the country with our handheld cameras, with our road warriors, as we call them, and today we're going to be checking in with Jillian Hamilton and Jeff McGregor in their respective locales. Now, I mentioned we're having some logistical concerns. It is a live show, and we have Jillian surrounded by some very beautiful roses in Portland, Oregon. Now, Jill, my understanding is, however, that because of the situation, we're live on the East Coast at 9 o'clock, and of course you're on the West Coast where it's a little after 6 as we air live. So we have some problems here.
Right, Tom and Lori, I'm in a gorgeous garden. It's the International Rose Test Garden here in Portland, the city of roses, and it's gorgeous. You just can't see it, and you won't be able to see it for another half an hour when the sun comes up. But I'm telling you, Tom and Lori, the sights and the smells of the over 10,000 roses that are here are just incredible. And they're planted, loved, taken care of by Bob Downing, who's been a rose enthusiast for over 25 years. When we come back, we're going to talk to Bob. He's going to give us some rose tips, and he's going to share with us some roses that were even named after celebrities.
All right.
That's when we come back in the City of Roses.
Okay, because see, what we intended to do was go to that remote first, but we forgot that the sun isn't coming up there until later.
Yeah, our entire herd of brain-dead producers forgot about night.
Habita. So it's sort of a run for the roses, a race for the sun going on Fox After Breakfast. Jeff McGregor joins us from Oklahoma City, the site back on April 19th, 1995 of the federal building bombing. And much is going on there today. Jeff?
Good morning, Tom. It's a terrific story we have here. Very hopeful. And I think you'll see that in just a few minutes. I'm standing directly across the street from what was the Murrah Federal Building. Steve, maybe you can take a look around. You may not recognize this. You haven't seen many pictures of this place in the last few months. But what you'll see today is something absolutely remarkable. The fence that surrounds the site of the building has become something of a shrine. People come here from all over the world to leave mementos as a show of respect to the victims of the bombing. Today I'm going to be talking to Jane Thomas. She's an historian whose tremendously wrenching job it is to tend this fence and catalog all the items that arrive here. But as I say, ultimately it's a very hopeful story, and I think you'll like what you see when we come back.
All right, Jeff, good enough. We'll get back to you in Oklahoma City in a moment. And now the woman who refuses to snort, Mariette Hartley. How about a hand? Mariette, good to see you. Welcome back.
I am so proud of you guys.
Why?
I have to tell you, I am so proud that it's gotten to where it's gotten. And you deserve it, everybody, but you, but...
Well, we're just happy I'm not in prison, so... Yeah.
Well, the day is young.
Yeah.
So you've got... Was that honest, or were you just kissing up to me?
I was kissing up to you.
Thank you.
Well, that's
How was it?
pretty
It
good.
was darn good.
Okay.
That was a sincere-sounding snort. You've got a couple of things, thank you.
And you've got one.
Going on with you. You're going to be helping Jerry Lewis out with the Muscular Dystrophy Telethon.
23 hours I have to stay awake. I mean, I know Ed McMahon was on yesterday, but, you know, he gets a 6-hour break.
Yeah.
I get no break.
Really, you're right beside Jerry the entire way through.
No, even
Jerry, he
naps.
gets a break. What
He
are you
goes and
talking
naps.
about?
Yeah, he naps.
Do you know that he's been doing that since 1948?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I remember the early visuals of him answering all the phones and stuff. Remember that? He was at this whole display
And you know
of
what?
phones.
He loves doing that. I think if Jerry had his way, he'd be doing the entire telethon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they force him to take a rest, or what is it?
I don't really know the politics of it. I don't think I'll get into that. But,
Okay.
They usually fire a sedative dart into him.
And also, you've got the Wild World of Animals.
Wild
or-
About Animals.
Wild About
Wow.
Animals, yeah.
yeah, you've seen, no one's seen it. Anyway, it's one of those.
That one is
It's like I was going to say it's like a sedative, but that's not it. That's
You've
the Jerry
already been
Lewis
there.
television.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right. No, it's syndicated. That's the word. Begins with an S.
Yeah.
It's syndicated, and it's on in Los Angeles anyway. It's on Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Nobody watches television on Saturdays at 2, but there are a few people that do. And we got picked up for another year.
there you
and
go.
it's a wonderful show. We've been up for awards. And
You've sat on top of copulating turtles?
Well, actually,
She has.
She
That's
has.
true, actually.
that is true. And, you know, and they were eating hibiscus flowers at the same time. I don't know how many people can really say that they've done that. And that they're all over their mouths.
Room.
They're all over their mouths. It's the most disgusting. But the incredible thing is that there are like 4 female turtles and 200 male turtles. Those female turtles never move. And they're very happy. But
Next.
it's an incredible sound. I mean, I'm there talking about these turtles, and you hear this. You look down at this thing.
And somebody says, I'll have what she's having, right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's exactly right. But how do you get one of those big turtles? I mean, we're talking about huge turtles. We're not talking about those little tiny turtles.
Yeah, of course.
We're talking about those things that carry their entire universe on their back.
Right.
And how do they get up? I mean, you know, these are things I think about during the day.
Okay, good. Let's move on.
Things that you find out on Wide World of Animals.
One of the things, you are such an affectionate person. You're always hugging and everything. You're very physical, and it continues to amaze me.
I didn't hug
that. You didn't hug Lori?
Oh, because she's got a cold.
Oh, that's true. Well,
Okay.
believe me, you're in the vicinity.
Well, this cold thing is really...
But you were brought up.
You want me to hug you?
Yeah,
You can do that if you want.
Let's get that.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Just talking about those copulating turtles, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Keep that bucket of ice water ready.
No kidding.
Well, you had elephants.
Oh, look, you got her makeup all over your jacket now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I hate
Weren't you brought up in a family where that was really sort of frowned upon?
How much time do we have?
Well, yeah, no, this is really, in about another minute or so, 30,
I love
30
guys
seconds.
that just
About 30
start these
times.
stories. Tell me the story of your life, and what do we have? You have 30 seconds. Yeah, I was raised by...
let's come back to that, because it really does deserve more time.
Okay.
And plus I went to all the trouble since we couldn't... It was too expensive to... 3! That's 3 snorts.
We need a judge's ruling. Was that a snort?
That was absolutely...
We were going to have to spend too much money showing a clip from Star Trek, the episode you were in with Spock, so I went to the trouble of giving you sort of a...
I got to see
This is where
Great
you had...
artwork, Tom.
Thank you so much.
What was the episode called?
Love the ears were
What was the episode called?
It was called All Our Yesterdays, and before he met me, Spock was a vegetarian.
There you go. And now he's a meat eater. Mariette Hartley's going to be with us. We'll chat more about that story we have no time to get to right now. In just a moment. All right.
We're glad to have you here, and
so
we hope
glad
you'll
to
hang
be
out
here.
for the show.
3
Good.
snorts in day
Oh, yeah, no kidding. We have so much more show coming up. Lori Petty, you may know her from A League of Their Own or Point Break or most recently Tank Girl. She did a terrific job in all 3 of those movies. Now she's making the jump to Fox sitcom world. She's in a new show that she co-created, co-produces, and co-wrote. It's called Lush Life. And we have a little bit about that and more with Lori Petty coming up later. We're also going to have a bunch of dogs. Do you remember the dog that we flew with in first class?
Yeah.
Remember who it was?
Shecky Green's dog.
No, it was Murray the dog from...
No, but we also flew with Shecky Green's dog.
Yeah, that was the dog that
We've
wouldn't
flown
shut
with
up.
some great famous dogs here.
A dog named Yapper.
One of those stand-up comic dogs. They're the worst. They never shut up.
We have a couple of dogs who actually fly first class, travel in limos. They work for a living, and we're going to be meeting them after the break as well. But when we come back, Jeff McGregor is in Oklahoma City, and he's got a terrific story for us at the site of the Oklahoma City bombing. We have all that coming up when Fox After Breakfast continues.
Fox After Breakfast is brought to you by Pan.
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast live from 212 Fifth Avenue with Tom Laurie, Bob the Puppet, and Mariette Hartley. Any more snorts?
I just got one, by the way, which I just got one snort, which counts because we were back. We were back on the air. No, it's not unofficial. We were on the air.
My CBS morning program, I mean, I could not snort or touch people.
Yeah, well, you're with us now. I want to just quickly, because we did sort of allude to it, your grandfather was a behavioralist, and he advocated...
My grandfather founded behaviorism.
Right.
There's a man named John B. Watson, and Skinner came after him. He was Skinner's mentor, I guess.
Skinner box fame and all that.
Well, his daughter was raised in a box.
Yeah, right.
Skinner box for 2 years.
And they never advocated touching or hugging their kids?
No, nor bonding. I think that they really wanted kids to be grown up and independent. The feeling was that if they got too dependent, they would never become independent. And I found with both my kids that the happier they are and the more they trust you in the beginning, the better it is.
Happy and
later
hugging
on.
are good things.
Happy and hugging.
Yeah.
Hugging.
Yeah.
People don't talk about
Right. We're going to hug Lori while you introduce our visiting family here.
I look good.
I'm so happy to have and I'm going to say, get Linda to say your last name because I just said it wrong and I know I'm going to do it again.
Schoninger.
The Schoninger family from Penargle, Pennsylvania. Joining us today, we do have Linda, excuse me, and Kelly and Tom joining us, and they watch us on WPMT Fox 43 out of Harrisburg. We're very glad to have you here. Thanks a lot. And also Phil and Suzanne off the road with us this morning, enjoying a little after breakfast.
All right, good enough. Good to have you with us. Welcome. And because we kind of miscalculated the sunrise in Oregon, we've had to swap the order of our Road Warriors report. So we're going to Jeff McGregor. He is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and as he indicated moments ago, there's quite a different landscape and a range of emotions there today. Jeff?
It's really very moving to be out here, Tom, as I said. This is where the Murrah building was. The site has since been surrounded by a fence, of course, and that fence has become something of a shrine. People from all over the world come to leave these things that you see here as a memento, as a means of showing respect, of love, of indicating the pain of absence. Frankly, I've never seen anything like this except possibly the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And the person we're going to be talking with first is Jane Thomas. She's an historian who takes care of the fence and catalogs the many items that come here. Jane, how are you today?
Just fine, thank you.
Say hi to Tom and Lori in New York, if you would.
Hi, Tom and Lori.
Hi, Jane.
Jane, let's walk up this way if we could. Jane, explain exactly what it is you do.
Well, I try to keep the fence clean. The trash picked up around it, the dead flowers off of it. I take off the items that are not affixed to the fence that will just blow away almost immediately. And then I try to make room for other people to come. And I take all of these things in and I very carefully catalog them and preserve them for the future.
Now, they will at some point become part of a memorial museum that may go up on this site so that people years from now will know what was sent and
Yes.
how people cared. What are some of the items that you find on the fence?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything in the world, and I just have no idea why people leave what they leave. But we have items from all over the world on the fence. We have them for children and for adults on the fence. We have special items for those people who were victims on the site, on the fence, and we have things that apparently mean something very dear to the people who leave them.
You do get a lot of unusual items. What are some of the unusual items that you get?
Well, of course, we get a lot that are ethnic-oriented. For instance, we get dream catchers, and if you're not familiar with dream catchers, this is a Native American custom. It screens out the bad dreams and lets only the good dreams come through to those who are sleeping on the ground.
Oh, that's a tremendous thing.
We have gotten from time to time rocks, which is common in the Jewish religion. It's hard for me to identify the rocks because I can't identify them on the ground, but this one was left on the fence for me. We got a lot of rosaries, of course.
Now, this was one that really caught my eye and is tremendously emotional. These are the battle boards of a Navy officer. He left these here, but obviously very spontaneously. He pinned these to the back of a Ginger Snaps box. I mean, everything you see here is enough to make you cry, really. Jane, how do you do that? How do you get through the day here with all these items?
Well, I used to cry every day, but I do better now.
Okay. Jane, I tell you, I'd like to very briefly talk to Karen Luke. Karen is in charge of what this site may someday become, the vice chairman of the Memorial Committee. Karen, what are your hopes for the site someday?
Well, we will heal a broken heart. This is the heart of our city, and we have plans for a memorial that will be world class. We're going to have an international competition that will open in November. We'll accept designs from around the world. We're beginning a fundraising campaign. People are already sending $1.68, $168 in memory of those who died. We'll create a place of hope and strength and beauty for our city.
That's great. So it is a very hopeful story out here, Tom, as I said, and people feel free to contribute to this cause in any way they can. If you get a chance to come here and see this, you really should.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for that view of it. I mean, in your story, Mariette, and the books you've written about your childhood, in this example, I think we're reminded about the incredible resilience of the human spirit. It's just, thanks a lot, Jeff, and thank your guests for us. Lori?
Okay.
I'm this way.
Oh, there you are.
Thank you very much. We have a lot more coming up. Lori Petty, the woman who actually had Madonna paint her fingernails, will be here a little later in the show. We're going to meet two dogs, actually 4 dogs, but 2 dogs especially, who work really hard for a living. They fly by limo, or they drive by limo, they fly first class, and they eat only the best food. We have them gracing us with their appearance coming up soon on the show. And also, we're going to see some beautiful roses when we join Jillian, hopefully, when the sun comes up. What do you think, Tom? Is it up yet?
So.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast, live from 212 Fifth Avenue with Tom Laurie, Bob the Puppet, Mariette Hartley, other special guests, and what's up?
Well, you know, Nance, every Friday we do a contest, and we've done it one whole Friday in a row so far. Well, yeah, in our long and esteemed history here, called The Wheel, which gives you an opportunity to win valuable prizes if you enter correctly.
Some of you haven't been listening very well. The first thing is that to enter the wheel, you must send us a postcard, not a letter. Bad. Letter bad, postcard good.
Good. Postcard friend.
You may see that this postcard has bad written on it because the address is wrong. So you need bad. You need to get the address right. You need to send us a postcard. Don't forget to put your telephone number on it and your age. Two very important things.
If the postcard got here, why was it bad?
You can lie. You have just to be over 18, Mariette. That's all. Now, Nance, tell them what the good address is.
Okay, Tom, the good address, and you must send a postcard, is The Wheel. Fox After Breakfast, Box 900, Madison Square Station, New York, New York. The zip code's 10159-0900. Don't forget a postcard, your number, and your age.
You know, I think some of the people might not have seen all that legalese stuff that's very important that ran under the address, because you should have been focused on the good address. But Bob, our legal expert, is going to take you through all the niceties legally that you need to know to enter and partake of The Wheel. Bob?
Roll it. And thanks a lot, Bob.
Nice, Bob. And the amazing thing is that honestly covers us legally to do that for some reason. All right, that's it. The Wheel will be rolling it again on Friday.
We have a big welcome.
Well, she's a little hostile.
You think so?
I think so.
I think you can take her.
Maybe.
Oh, please.
We'd like to welcome, not only to Fox After Breakfast, to the Fox Network, Lori Petty.
I'll give you that. That's good. Now the reason I happened to watch the first episode of Lush Life. I have a special tape. And I liked it a lot, and I like Lori a lot because we've met her a lot and we've been traveling around the country. And she comes in this morning, and she's upset with us already.
You guys are kissing and hugging and everything?
That wasn't why. Why did you tell me that you were upset? The truth. This is an honest show.
The real reason?
The real reason.
All right. Okay, so in L.A., right, I get up around 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? I take a bath and stuff. Then I watch Lucy.
Oh!
Okay? So now Lucy's on for an hour in L.A.
Well, it used to be.
But now it isn't.
Yeah.
Fox After Breakfast is on for an
Which
hour.
is my new favorite show, Fox After Breakfast.
We can do that.
No, I love Fox After Breakfast.
Yeah.
Too late now, Lori.
Lori, we go down to the game room. Come on, come join us. Come on. I want to introduce Mariette. You should come too because you love animals.
I'll bring Mariette.
And we've got
stay here.
We've got some. I love the way you turn the negative into a positive there at the end.
It's a good thing. Mommy, have you ever heard Lucy's laugh?
Yeah.
Like when she's like not really think it's funny, but she's laughing anyway.
Right.
She goes like this. Ha 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 ha.
See, it's like
That's the Lucy laugh.
Like having Lucy right here with us, isn't it? Lori Petty. And what we're going to do now, and if you love animals, you're going to love the next guest we have with us, because we have Nipper and Chipper along with their trainer, Bambi Brook. You will know Nipper and Chipper as the RCA spokes dogs. Hi, Bambi. How are you? How are? Oh, look
she
at
just barely got
so
here,
this
right?
this is Nipper, and this little guy is Chipper. Little girl. Okay.
It's Chipper.
Is Chipper. Now the RCA dog goes back to 1900 when Nipper heard his master's voice.
1820 in dog years.
And that's exactly right, Bob. Let's show a commercial clip, if we can, of Nipper and Chipper. Nipsey, your grandfather never would have done that.
Theater. With SRS Sound. Is now 50% brighter. with a sharper, clearer picture. Better picture, better sound. Better get out of the way.
Now, is that this little chipper that we saw?
No, that's not.
Is it like, is being chipper like being in Menudo? After a certain age, you're just kind of retired?
Yes,
Is that,
pretty much.
yeah. 6 snorts. We have, I believe, 6 snorts on the snortometer. Thank you. How did you find these guys, Nipper and Chipper?
Well, Nipper I took in as an unwanted dog. We have a sanctuary. We have over 900 animals, of which Nipper was one if he was to become the RCA dog or not. Calm down.
Nipper, watch that mic.
In Westtown, New York, my mother and aunt started taking in unwanted animals before I was born. And 35 years ago, my aunt was dating a photographer who said, he wanted to borrow all the animals, and they said, why don't you pay for them? And they started supporting the nonprofit.
These are just wonderful little animals, and they're very well treated, as Lori alluded to earlier. They get first class
on American Airlines.
Like Murray the dog.
Picked up in limousines. That's a Chipper. It's a Raggedy Annie.
Can you show us some of the poses that they can do? Because I mean, in order to travel first class, these dogs have to have more than just cute little heads.
That's about all Nipper does.
Is this? So this is like if this were the Victrola, this would be sort of his master's voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nip. That looks cool. Down here. Put down in here. Good boy.
You know, I can do that.
Yeah. And for this, he travels first class.
Not me.
Yes, he does. He has a lot of personality.
He does.
Has
they're
wonderful eyes.
Just adorable.
Oh, Bob is jealous.
Yeah.
He doesn't travel first class, does he?
No. What we're going to do in just a moment, and I should probably head outside now, we're going to meet 2 dogs who may not be as famous, who may not travel first class, but are very important to their respective owners. So I'm going to head out. You want to come out,
Sure.
Pet Lover?
Is it raining out?
I
No, I don't
know.
think so.
I don't know.
Okay. Go on outside, Lori.
We're going outside. You going to hang with Lori?
Bye. You can hang.
Come on, Mary.
We're going to meet Ike and Zeus, 2 very important dogs who help who've been trained especially and help their masters a lot. We're also going to see, is the sun up yet, do you think, in Oregon?
No.
Can we take a look?
No, the camera isn't up either. Oh, there.
Yeah, it's coming up. I think it's just about to come up. We're seeing a little bit of light in Portland. When we come back, we're going to see some beautiful roses and some celebrity rose commemoration with Julian Hamilton when Fox After Breakfast continues.
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast, live from New York City with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, and Lori Petty had some pancake shapes there.
It was spelled wrong for Lori Petty, but it was spelled right for me, so
welcome to you.
Thank you. And welcome back.
Watching TV.
Lori Petty and I are going to be hanging out. We're going to go outside right now with Tom and meet 2 dogs who work very hard for a living. Right, Tom?
Yes, and we're working hard, too. Mariette Hartley and I. Mariette, who, of course, is the host of Wild About Animals, also touring with Elliot Gold in Death Trap at a city near you. Elizabeth Toohey is here with Ike, and she likes Ike, and for reasons that'll become obvious. How long have you been with Ike, Elizabeth? And welcome, first of all.
Thank you. We've been together a little less than 2 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, Ike has been trained by the Canine Companions for Independence, right?
Yes, in Farmingdale, Long Island, and they have centers, regional centers throughout the United States.
Can you show us here in our backyard of Madison Square Park, right across from our apartment, a little bit of Ike in action, some of the things that he does for you on a daily basis?
Very important thing that he does is pulls me in my wheelchair. So we can do that, all right? Okay, Ike, let's go. Pull. That's it. What a good boy. Nice job.
Oh, look at him.
Stop.
Now, not only is he good at pulling you, but apparently he's very concerned about littering. Is that right?
Very concerned. Ike, here. Yes. So if I drop anything, he will pick it up for me. Oops. Oh, dear. Ike, get it. Nice job. Good boy. Garbage. Up.
Aww.
Drop it.
All right.
Whoa.
All right.
Now that's
Get
a
it?
dog.
That's it.
Okay,
Hustle.
we're going for seconds here, Ike.
Okay, up.
Come on, Ike.
That's it. Garbage.
Toss it a little bit farther.
There you go. Around the rim and in.
These dogs used to be German Shepherds primarily, and they found out that yellow labs and golden retrievers are very, very, very smart.
Yeah. Well, this is obviously a friend as well as a
He
pet.
certainly is. He's changed my life.
Elizabeth, what we want to do is show another dog. Thank you for being with us, by the way. We'll be back in a moment. But we have here with us Zeus, the dog, and Zeus is with Officer Robert Schnell. Officer, welcome. And now Zeus, hi Zeus, how you doing, buddy? Zeus actually helped in Oklahoma City at the Federal Building, didn't he? Because we're there today, and he helped locate victims, correct?
Yes, we arrived on the second day, and Zeus is trained to find victims in a rubble collapse, and he found quite a few bodies recovered out there.
My understanding is Zeus is one of the few dogs who's trained in both patrol and search and rescue.
Yes, he is. He's trained in patrol primarily, but he does search and rescue. He'll find people buried in a rubble situation.
Can we see him in action? He's going to be looking for a weapon, is that right?
We have a gun hidden in the bushes out here, and he'll recover that.
All right. Zeus is going looking for the gun.
That is covered in dog biscuits.
Yeah. That's right, Laurie.
This is New York. He's got several choices in there.
Yeah. Did he find it? The only German Shepherd packing a piece. Hello, Zeus. Oh, okay. Don't aim there, buddy. Don't aim there. All right. Okay, Zeus, the dog, and Ike, two examples of pets who turn into protectors, who turn into helpers. Dogs with jobs, Laurie.
Oh, thank you very much. We have a woman with jobs, many jobs. Lori Petty, we're going to be talking to her coming up. And can we please check and see if the sun's up in Portland, Oregon yet? Is it? It looks like it's up. We'll be seeing 10,000 beautiful roses with Jillian Hamilton when Fox After Breakfast comes back.
Very pretty.
Madam says nothing cleans.
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast, live from New York City with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, Mariette Hartley, and Lori Petty. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Nance. We will be going back to the rose capital of North America, Portland, Oregon, and seeing some beautiful stuff. But right now, we have some beautiful stuff right here in the apartment.
Yeah, that's a nice segue there.
Thank you.
Nice segue. Now, here's the deal. Lush Life, great new sitcom, joins the Fox family Monday night at 9:30.
September 9th.
Yeah, September 9th.
And,
September 9th, a week from Monday, right?
And then Party Girls and Lush Life.
All right. Now,
9:30.
Now, you made it very clear that in L.A., before we debuted, you were happy watching Lucy.
A full hour of Lucy.
All right. Now, look, what we've got here is a little Lucy tape, all right? And if this interview goes well, you can just sit here for the balance of the show and watch more Lucy.
Okay.
All right?
Nice.
Okay. Well, not yet. Not yet. No, wait a minute.
It's a little tea.
It's a little tea.
Yeah.
So tell me about this. You and Karen Parsons, whom we know from Fresh Prince, have been friends for quite a while.
A long time, like 10 years.
Yeah. And this was something you've always wanted to do, to work together, to co-create a show together?
Yeah, it just seemed like the natural progression of things. I called her up. She was on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
I said, homie, I have this idea.
Homie.
Right? Homie.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this show.
Yeah.
So it can't just be like, you know, Lori World.
Yeah.
So I need someone to play with. So I called her up. And she'd been on the show for 6 years, so she wasn't really too into getting right back in there. So I begged, borrowed, stole, you know.
Well, it's good chemistry.
It is. It's really fun.
And you play, how would you describe your characters before we see the clip of your show?
I play a character named George Sanders, who's a painter, lives in Venice, California. Karen plays Margot Hines. We've been friends since like 7th grade, getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And she married the wrong guy. We got rid of him. And now she moved in with me, and now we're the bastard children of Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, actually. It was like a sort of a Lucy, Ethel, Laverne, Shirley, multi-generation.
In the great tradition.
Right. So it doesn't surprise me that you love Lucy. But let's see you and Karen in action from Lush Life, one of the newest additions to the Fox lineup.
Yes. Oh, this is after we broke in our house.
Okay, now stay low until I turn off the alarm. Okay.
Going under the laser, yeah.
How do you move on your back like that? I do it all the time.
Too bad.
Wow! This is like the real estate channel without the corny voiceover. Here's a great idea. We kick Superfly out, and me and you move in.
All right. She starts rummaging through the closets in a moment. Now, is this a different, is this the real Lori Petty look? I think of you in Free Willy and League of Their Own.
Well, actually, Dennis Rodman just loaned me his hair today.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's busy in drag, you know, so I just
married.
Because this is the daughter of a Pentecostal minister.
I know. It must have been an interesting upbringing.
Yes.
What was it like as a kid?
I was bad.
Were you?
I was just bad. Just got in trouble all the time. I used to sneak out of Sunday school to watch the Jackson 5 cartoon.
Yeah, that was all. That's
Yeah.
living on the edge, huh?
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. What next? Marshmallows?
Yeah. Scooby-Doo's next.
Yeah.
All right, Lush Life, Monday, September 9th, 9:30 on Fox. Does this interview warrant I Love Lucy?
I think so.
Yeah. Vitamin to Vegemin.
Lori Petty.
Yes. Homie, George Sanders.
I guess we've seen the last of her for the rest of the show, huh? We are going to meet a man named Bob Downing. He has a passion for roses, and Jillian Hamilton is going to take us through his rose garden when we come back on Fox After Breakfast.
The power of color.
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast, live from New York City. Looks like Lori Petty's kicking back.
Hey, Tom.
What?
Keep it down. I'm busy in here.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
wait, she's demanding.
Quiet.
Lori Petty, our special guest today, as well as Marion Hartley, who's preferred to hang out with Bob, I guess,
You
than
know what?
you or I.
You know what? Shannon Doherty was easier to get along with. Right, John? John Matoyan, head honcho of Fox. Am I not right?
I love that man. I love that man. I worship him.
Now, if there is a God, there is some sun in Portland, Oregon, where we have been waiting after a little bit of logistical mix-up. We had originally scheduled this remote segment for earlier in the show. Oh, yes, there's Jillian, bright herself amidst the brightly lit roses in Portland. Hey, Jillian, looking good.
Thanks, Tom. It's a little bit foggier than we expected, but we finally got the sun. Now, I'm here at the International Rose Test Garden in Portland, the city of roses. There are over 10,000 roses, some of which I'm holding right here, 550 varieties. And these roses are loved, planted, taken care of by Bob Downing. This is Bob. How are you this morning?
Oh, just fine, Jillian. Welcome to the garden.
Thank you so much. That's Tom and Lori.
Welcome.
Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Thank
Bob.
you.
Now, you are the curator of the park. What does a curator do?
Well, we maintain and select the roses for the collection that we have. Look, this is a beautiful rose right here. Isn't that a wonderful one?
It's so gorgeous, and it smells incredible.
Yes. This one's keepsake. This over here is Fragrant Hour, which is, how can anyone argue with a flower that looks like that?
Oh, so you actually choose them, and then you oversee a staff that maintains them?
Yeah, we have both a permanent and a seasonal staff that does the mowing, edging, pruning, deadheading, and all those kinds of things.
Now, you have two distinct collections. One consists of some older roses.
Yeah, we have quite a collection of older roses dating from 1550 or so. The rose, of course, isn't that old, but the variety is.
Now, help me with...
Garden roses and up to the modern ones.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Help me with this one. This is what I would call just a rose like roses that we see all the time. Why do you also have so many normal or average roses in the collection?
Oh, this is our tea rose that we keep on display a lot of these on display because we want people to be able to get what they want at home. Most of the roses that you see in the garden here are available at people's local nurseries.
Right. When I meant normal, I meant normally beautiful.
I know. It was the normal and average that kind of stung a little bit, I think.
Okay, come over here because over here we have the Paul McCartney rose. Now, unbelievably, Tom and Lori, celebrities actually have roses named after them. How do celebrities go about doing that?
I think they pay a lot of money, is probably what it is.
10 grand or something.
Roses can be named after anybody. You pay a lot of money, you can have them named after your Aunt Hattie.
Now, Tom, you have a 15th year anniversary coming up.
That's right, next year,
How about next year. How about $10,000
how about
getting a rose after your wife?
How about marking down for all this free publicity they're getting?
Now, the Paul McCartney rose is very distinctive. What sets it apart from the others?
The Paul McCartney rose is a fairly modern rose. It's been introduced about 10 years ago or so. And it's a very, very fragrant rose. It has pretty good form, but the notable feature of this one is its fragrance. Give that a smell.
Oh, my goodness. It smells like those soaps that you find in fancy hotels.
That's right. This has won awards all over the world. In the last 5 years, probably won 10 major fragrance awards. It's really exceptional fragrance on a rose.
Now, you have a rose garden, and you appreciate roses. Why do you think roses have such an incredible romantic appeal?
I think they've just been grown for so long And there's major cultural features that go with every rose. We've got the Peace Rose that was spirited out of France on the last plane before World War II and was on the peace table when they signed the peace agreement in June of 1944 and then distributed immediately worldwide. Remains a great favorite today.
Thank you so much for sharing all these beautiful roses. It's been a morning of smells and splendors.
Yes, yes, some smells more pleasant than others in the past hour. Is there a Lucille Ball rose there by any chance?
Lucille Ball didn't grow well here, unfortunately. We had to remove that.
Don't tell that Lori.
I listened to that earlier. I knew you'd ask that question.
Sorry, Lori.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't call the rose average or normal.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a Fred Mertz rose, though.
Jillian, thank you very much. We're actually going to check back with Jillian, find out what she's going to be up to tomorrow. We're going to check in with Jeff McGregor in Oklahoma City, and we'll tell you who's on the show tomorrow, too. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm going to be in Portland.
You are?
In the play, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Fox After Breakfast is...
Welcome back to Fox After Breakfast with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, the Schoninger family, Mariette Hartley, and Lori Petty. I'm your announcer, Nancy Giles.
Yeah, we've got less than a minute, Nancy. So how about all you New World people and buyers, just wave to everybody in the Affiliate Cafe. Let's thank all of our guests, the Schoninger family, our visiting family, with Nipper and Chipper and their trainer, and Mariette Hartley, who's touring in Death Trap with Elliot Gould. Bill Tush, who's actually doing CNN. Tush! Oh, my God.
What's on your mind?
You know, all morning I knew I'd say that eventually.
They were worried
Who's
about
the
me.
Tush man? Whoa! And Lori Petty, who's still watching Lucy in the other room. Thanks to Jeff McGregor and his guests in Oklahoma City today. Jeff, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, and to Jillian amidst the roses in Portland.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much, Tom and Lori. We'll see you tomorrow from Portland.
All right.
You sure will.
Lori.
We have
Tush.
a terrific show tomorrow. Malcolm Getz, one of my favorite actors from Caroline in the City, is going to be here.
He is
Yeah,
great.
and also Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch will be here as well. We hope you'll join us. Thanks for being here today.
Spelled T-U-S-H.
Oh, get over it.
That's Tush.
What did you say?
George Bush. Bush.
Rush home after work?
I rush home. I rush home after work to watch Bill Tush on CNN. Yeah, I don't know. It's spelled Tush.